And there we go. Perfect. All right, I think I put the final touches on the garage. You want to see how I did it? Check it out. Okay, now that we've got all the brick set, now we gotta put all the fun accessories on. First thing we're gonna start with is I have these itty bitty little micro lights that I'm going to attach to it. I drilled some holes very carefully and it didn't crack the clay, which was good. So I put one in the back and one in the front, and then I'm gonna eventually put one on the side so that I have a place to put the wires. I used old ballpoint pen and I just cut it into pieces and a few cool beads for the top and bottom, and we're going to make it look like little lanterns. Once those are all dry, they look pretty good, look like lanterns. We're just gonna string them up. And this is pretty simple, just thread it through, and then I'm gonna thread it through the side so that it can connect to the power source. Here I'm going to make a side gutter, so it's really easy. I got a coffee stirrer straw and very lightly and very carefully just warm up the straw, and it bends super easy. I tried this a few times and it didn't go so well, so it doesn't take a lot of heat at all. So just very lightly and bend, and then it when it cools off it stays in place. And then just trim it to your size. Easy as that. Once we got the gutter up, we're going to start working on our fire escape. And I'm just using plain old plastic canvas. And I'm going to cut it to the size that I need. I'm going to use my little reference point of the size of my people, and going to cut a base and then some side railings. And I decided to go with 2 levels. I looked at a lot of pictures of sides of buildings and this plastic canvas was perfect. It looks like the grating or the wrought iron gates and things like that. And I'm just going to cut a hole for the escape hatch down to the ladder. And here's where I'm doing the railing, just sizing it up. And working with this plastic canvas is nice because you can just go by the grid. Can't go too wrong. Once I got all my parts and pieces, what I did is I used a little nail scissors and just cut out every other, well, I just cut all the middles. And I left the little nubbies because then it looked kind of like a an actual railing that has a little bit of a design to it. Once it's painted black, it'll look authentic. and just glue them up. Now we're going to make some ladders. It's the same idea as making the railings, but this time we actually don't want to leave those little nubs, so you want to cut it really close. So I just got the general cut out with my little scissors, and then I went back through with my X-Acto knife and cleaned it up, so it looks more ladder-like. And of course, I just painted everything black and set it aside to dry. Doesn't look nice now, but it will later. Once we figure out all the spacing, then we just glue it onto the side. When I put these straight up and down ladders on, I need a little bit of a spacer behind because it does stick up. It's not flush against the brick wall. So I just cut a tiny little piece and glued it to the back and glued it to the piece. On the very tippy top, because we need a hand railing for when you go from the roof onto the escape ladder, I just cut out a piece, still the plastic canvas, and cut it so that it's at an angle that will fit over the porch edge, and glued it to the ladder to make it match up. Once you put in the last little angle one, and hey, you have yourself a fire escape. That wasn't too bad. Next up, we got to make the garage doors. So I just took a bunch of popsicle sticks. I have plenty in supply, and I figured out it was about 3 per door. So we're going to do a by door, and just glue them together. Once we have all our doors, we're going to make a pattern. So just lay down your piece and trace it and cut it out. And we're going to do these not barn doors, I guess they're garage doors. Just the good old wood stain. These are going to be the door hinges or the cross braces. So I'm just going to, and it's just made from popsicle sticks cut in half. And I'm just going to paint these black so that it looks like kind of a wrought iron hinge looking thing. Now to make the door handles, I just took a bead and a couple of little jump rings. So just open it up, put the matching bead in the middle, and you got yourself a door handle. And I'm just going to do the duct tape hinges. So I'm just going to stick this down, and then I'll put the cross braces right over the top so you'll never even see it, and it also secures it. And then you just add the door handles nice and low for our little people, and you got yourself some doors. Next up, I'm going to do a cover for the battery pack. So basically, I'm just going to measure it out and make a little box to go on the side. And then I think I'm going to put a little sign that says high voltage or something, so it looks like it belongs there. And I just made a bunch of signs, just went onto my computer and printed out some little standard Smokey the Bear signs and things. And then the fire station #1, I made those myself. It's just Word document or whatever program you want to use. And we're going to decoupage them, let them dry, and squish it with the brick and cut them out. I made more than I needed because this isn't the only building. We got the main building and inside and things like that, so I found all sorts of fun posters to put all over the place. And now we're going to put it all together. And ta-da! We got ourselves a little fire station garage. Now, up next, we're going to start on the main building, because it looks funny just being a garage all by itself, right? Tune in for the next one, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.